Okay, so instead of describing in great detail everything like last time, I'm just going to say a couple names and skim over stuff. Random kid in a winter jacket because it was wintertime, and random winged kid also in a winter hat because it was wintertime. That thing is based off of Yu-Gi-Oh! Random, water bucket prank, I suppose. And I didn't know how to draw that, so it looks weird. Oh, another thing based off of Yu-Gi-Oh! As you can see, I was kind of into that when I was in this part of the drawing stuff. This kid is named Ratio. She is a character heavily based off of Yugo from Wakfu, and she's part of Supernatural, which I'm currently in the process of rewriting because the original was terrible. That's Yugi. Random soccer kid. More Ratio. This kid's name is Yoshinoya. His original design is stupid. His face looks really weird. I've changed it to something else now, so it looks a lot better. And he was originally going to be Tempest's older brother, and then I changed it to that he is their older cousin, her and Nico's older cousin, and then now I think I'm going to change it back to that he's just Tempest's older brother because Nico is irrelevant. And here is Tempest sitting upside down on bunk bed with Yoshinoya sleeping underneath her. Random kid based off of Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. Outfit based off of Miku the Vocaloid because I liked it and I didn't know what Vocaloid was at the time. Random crayon drawings from a restaurant that profile is terrible. I tried to draw Kirby with hair. It looks really bad. Nico chasing Kid Tempest. Kid Nico chasing Kid Tempest after she stole his jacket. He fell on his face. I don't know how to draw motorcycles, so I ended up drawing a, four-wheeler instead. And that character was also supposed to be a Tempest. I have a bunch of swirlies because I got these as a present one Christmas, and I still don't know how to use it. So this is a kid looking at Kirby really weirdly because he's a freaking puffball, and he is just like, what you staring at me for? He's a giant pink puffball, and that's not normal. I really liked how this one turned out. It's a vampire with a black cloak. Even though I like the shadows of this, even though it doesn't make sense, I think it looks really nice. Also, she's glowing. I forgot that. Me drawing a friend without reference. An old drawing of Tempest when she was still an edgy baby. And when Yoshinoya was still her evil older brother. And this is freaking that one was hair stuff for hair dye. Yeah, that's how I remember it. Design based off of SAO, which I turned into one of Tempest's designs, as you can see here. And a weird thing about this is I didn't draw the swords with this. The swords were the last thing I drew because I drew it at school, and so I didn't want to get in trouble for drawing weapons. That's Tempest, in case I didn't see that. This is also Tempest. Burning teddy bear of death. Attempted a sunset with just erasing stuff, and then my cousin drew a dress over it, so I gave up. More young Tempest licking a popsicle saying my tongue is stuck. And then a bird that I drew upside down, so it's not dead. I didn't use a reference though, so I feel like it looks really weird. But it looks pretty good considering I have no idea how bird anatomy works. an old drawing of Tempest from the backside. I really like the background and how this one turned out in general. Cause, you know, didn't draw good stuff like that very often, and I wasn't exactly good at backgrounds. And this is Shisho. She's a dragon girl, and her name and her brother's name, Popo, who is over here, is a joke from my after-school care days, when there was one of the supervisors would go like, "Popo Shisho," as a joke, and to make everyone laugh while we were playing Silent Speedball. And so that I just wanted to remember that, and so I made the names. And this is a falling Tempest, and I didn't know how her feet and hands would look, so I just didn't finish it. More Tempest stuff. And she has a sugar stick in her hand, even though that is impossible to tell. It just looks like she has 2 fingers. Or 1 extra finger. And the reason for that is she is supposed to have electricity powers. And so I was like, well, she needs to have some source of fuel for frickin' electricity. And so I gave her, like, a giant appetite. That sounds good. And this is a puff cat. You can't see the colors very well on this, but it's purple and blue on the inside. It's like a stale into your soul. And then a little Pikachu doodle that I did around this time, quite a bit, saying weirdo to this one. Random person drawing. I didn't like it, but my cousin did, as you can see here. I will defeat you, eventually, is what this one says, and it doesn't look good. Like, there needs to be more head over here. There needs to be more arm. Yeah. Or more shoulder. Random kid crawling, or girl crawling. I believe she was supposed to be crawling under a table, but I didn't draw it, so... And sad kid. Most of these turned out pretty good, considering that I didn't use references, because I didn't know that you could find that stuff on the internet. I didn't really know that the internet existed at this point. And so... Oh, right, this is a mute kid. He didn't speak. His hat speaks. And it's a sassy hat. And a bunch of doodle stuff. A knife, fire, a tree, a block. That was supposed to be a needle weapon. Flower, circular thing, more fire. Sad kid sitting in the fog. Sad, sad. And those dark parts are smudges from this one, because that's very black. I drew this one at school again. I drew a lot of, like, these ones on line paper at school, because, yeah, I didn't bring this book to school. Whoops, I covered that. And so, this is another Tempest design. She went through a lot of design change stuff, because she's pretty much my first character that I went full out on and actually like and still like, but I just need to figure out a way to make her story not crap. And a burnt house. This was originally going to be Tempest's family burnt house, because that was one of her original backstories. Like, her family just died. Like, they're all dead. And this is something based off of the Black Butler art style and the fact that Ciel was wearing a dress in one episode. And here's CLI and Jewel and a random kid, another random kid, and this is Pyko. He's a cat he's a demon cat that can transform into a human looking thing. And random things, and Kirby painting a face. That says, I see a puffy beard, because I hadn't finished drawing it when I asked my friend what it looked like, and so it was just that. And horse. Kid with fire wings. Black and white blobbies. I drew this on the bus, so I'm very proud of it. I'm also very proud of this one. See, this kid right there. he has a name, but it's really weird. It's Supersonic Destruction. This was freaking out. I'm always terrible at names, and so his story is weird, and his family is weird, and I'm not going to continue writing it. But I really like how this drawing turned out. Random kid trying to pick a lock, and that arm is weird as heck because too short, too long. Kid jumping into a beanbag. Spooky, spooky puppet girl that is presumably dead and being controlled by puppet strings. I felt like if I had drawn the strings entirely, it would not look like strings, so instead I did these little blip 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 lines for the strings so that you could see them, because that's kind of how string things work. It's like you see part of it, you don't see the entire thing when it's that skinny. This is based off of an artist's style who I found them at a comic convention and asked them to draw, what's his name? Edward from... Oh, is his name Edward? It's Ed from... What's it called? Fullmetal Alchemist. And that's her style. And so this is another Tempest. This is a Dragon Boy. He had a really nice name, but I don't remember what it was. He's a black dragon, by the way. And he was originally part of this one as well. There's like an entire dragon cast thing. I think I'm going to take them out because I just can't figure out a way to fit that in. Random kid holding ball. Tempest being a pirate. With a dragon in the background. I'm not sure if I'll put that into the story or not. And more Tempest. This is her pretending to be a dude. Because with some of the ways that I draw stuff, it's like some of my girls look like dudes, some of my dudes look like girls, and this is an alias of hers because she's running from the law. She's illegal. She's not a good girl in any capacity. She kills people. And she is a demon, which in universe, that's not a bad thing, because here's another demon cast thing, but so demons aren't inherently bad in that universe, but she is not a good one. And this is Madeline, or Madness. I should probably explain demon stuff for this to make sense, but I don't feel like it. So this is Madeline, also known as Madness. This is... Wow, I gave them proper names, but... So their titles are Madness, Agony. She's an anomaly. So that's what her title is, but they think she's something else. Like bloodshed or something, or war. And this is destruction, and this is death. But yeah, because she's a time-traveling potato, and so she does bad stuff. Because she thinks it's right. Random kid running backwards, or leaping backwards rather, drew that one at school as well. And this is a character I have named Sapphire. She's in a story called Mechanical Overload, which I have not posted to the internet, or anywhere for that matter. Only my friends really know about it. And I'm probably going to rewrite that one if I ever want to post it to the internet. And so, this is Tempest. Evil brain and sad girl. Yep, that's supposed to be like a mirror reflection, if you can't tell. She's a murderer. She tries not to be, though. This is based off of Len, the Vocaloid. I don't know where I saw him from. Probably YouTube. I don't remember. And random kid, originally going to be in Supernaturals as well, but I took him out. I really like the shading in that one. Girl sitting on a freaking ice block, which makes no sense. More stuff that was originally going to be in Supernaturals. So this kid was going to be this kid, but he's out now. He doesn't matter. And that's far too small for a child. more Yoshinoya stuff. I'm very proud of this background. And he look nice. Here's some Pyko, human version. He's a cat, like I said, so he's reaching for a mouse. Random girl with angel wings and a fiery halo. Oh hey, here's the kids that... Okay, so her name is Razorblade, his name is P, he's a ghost, she's a freaking sword. And this is their sibling, Monokirush. They are part of freaking Tempest's soul. It's complicated, but anyway, Tempest is... Ugh, things happen. And so, Pyko, Leroy, Ratio, Marina, Tempest, Jerikai. This is Popo, this is... I forget his name. What is his name? Yoshinoya, this is, Nico. This is freaking her leg. And here's Sparrow just falling off a tree because she's not an action person. She's like a bystander. I don't know why she's in the story. And so, in case it's not obvious, her power is portals. I tried to do a drawing of all of them together, but there's each person is separated by chains. I don't remember who is who now. But, yeah. So there's that. Edgy girl with a chainsaw, and it's someone hanging behind her. I drew that on the bus. Stuff near the end is kind of edgy because I was feeling not happy during those times. And so that's a kid with a black eye and goop coming out of his mouth. And this is Ivy. He has changed quite a bit. His name is also, his, birth name is Stardust. But people call him Ivy because why not? He literally came from the freaking game Eve. That's where my inspiration for him was. So, yeah. Jumping over a wall because that's something I would do at my brother's Boy Scouts. Because I wasn't allowed to freaking do the Boy Scout stuff, so I'd just be hanging around outside, jumping on stuff, and just hanging around. This girl's name is Nora. She's blind. More Ivy. More Nora stuff. She has a story, but it's not very good. She's like a demon derivative thing. I think, yeah, I took the idea for her from an anime thing. Very, emotion things. Oh yeah, this girl has a violin, which really isn't obvious. Doodle stuff. This is the page of Derp. So yeah. And little blue face. Something drawn in with my friend's pens. More trying to draw people with animal ears. And here's that derpy monster again. And I drew a dragon on my notes, as well as a pony with a hood. And here's a kid with a mask, based off of probably Darker Than Black again, Human Bill Cipher, because I found a lot of that on the internet, and I thought it looked really cool. Kid, based off of D. Gray Man. And someone with a sword, and a mask. And that's the end. The end, my friends. Oh, and just in comparison to, that to now, this is some of my more recent art. And that. And also, this one glows. This one has a glowing thing. Bleh, bleh, bleh. Yay. Okay, so I'm done. Have a good day. Good day to you.